Today we don't have much sentences in doubts clarification session. It may take maybe 5 to 10 minutes. Then after discussing these doubts, we will move to the regular class. So this is a practice sentence posted by someone. I don't like to have breakfast. It was mentioned as నాకు అల్పాహారం ఇష్టం లేదు. This is correct only, but if you do not write this to have, this is correct. I don't like breakfast. That means నాకు అల్పాహారం ఇష్టం లేదు. But when we add to have, we need to add some other word, that is తీసుకోవడం. When we are talking about food, the meaning of to have becomes తీసుకోవడం, like gerund form. So తీసుకోవడం means taking. So here we use the meaning of taking. Taking means తీసుకోవడం. So to make this one as a meaningful sentence, we can add the meaning of taking here. That means to have. నాకు అల్పాహారం తీసుకోవడం ఇష్టం లేదు. That means I don't like to have breakfast. This sentence I did not keep in incorrect sentence because it is correct only, but it can be changed like this. Let us see the next sentence. Both of them are coming home. This is వారిద్దరూ ఇంటికి వచ్చారు. This sentence is correct only, but if the sentence in past tense, it is correct because వచ్చారు kind of ending we use in past tense. So since it is present continuous tense, we need to use ending like వస్తున్నారు. వారిద్దరూ ఇంటికి వస్తున్నారు. That means both of them are coming. They are coming means వారు వస్తున్నారు. Both of them means వారిద్దరూ ఇంటికి వస్తున్నారు, are coming home. Home means ఇంటికి. Actually home means illu, but we need to take the meaning of to home also, like to home means intiki. The next sentence is talk to both of them. uh, it was mentioned like this, వారిద్దరి నీకు మాట్లాడు. This is not correct, so the correct sentence is వారిద్దరితో మాట్లాడు. Here ku, to means ku, I mentioned before. As I mentioned before, these prepositions gives a different meaning sometimes when we put in the sentence form, and sometimes we don't use the same preposition meaning. In Telugu we use a different preposition meaning. So here in Telugu we use the meaning of with. With means to. Okay, so instead of to we take the meaning of with. So talk to both of them means వారిద్దరితో మాట్లాడు. To both of them means వారిద్దరితో. Both of them means వారిద్దరు, but to both of them means వారిద్దరితో మాట్లాడు. The next sentence is both of you children please play outside. It was mentioned like this, మీరిద్దరూ పిల్లలు బయట ఆడితరాండి. This is not correct phrase. This is not correct translation. Up to here somewhat okay. Let me read the correct structure. Here we are talking to children, so first we have to call them. For example, pillalu, just it is like calling, getting their attention, like pillalu. Then just leave some gap, then we can say మీరిద్దరు. For example, after telling pillalu, then they will see us. Then after that you can say the remaining sentence, మీరిద్దరు బయట ఆడుకోండి. So మీరిద్దరు means both of you. Children, it is like calling them, so that's why we put first pillalu. When we are calling, we use long vowel sound pillalu. If it is just children, pillalu. But if you are calling children to come here or to listen something, we need to say like long vowel sound. Pillalu, like calling them. Okay. Then this is pillalu, calling them. Then both of you means meeriddaru. Please play outside means bayata ఆడుకోండి. Play means ఆడుకో. If there are more people, more children, we need to use kondi, ఆడుకోండి, like that. And actually, please play means ఆడండి. ఆడండి. It is general word. But if the task is for them and if the result or some activity only for them, we can use a kind of ending like ko, ఆడుకోండి, brush చేసుకోండి. If the task is for them, so it is not for other person. So that's why we use an ending like kondi. So that is the difference between ఆడండి and ఆడుకోండి. Play outside means bayata ఆడుకోండి. Outside means bayata. So let me read these sentences for you. These are compiled by our friends, but there is no mistake. I'm just reading for you. All of you, please have dinner. So here, all of you means మీరందరూ. Please have dinner means భోజనం చేయండి. భోజనం చేయండి. The next sentence is both of us means మనమిద్దరము. Both of us means మనమిద్దరము. Will go means వెళ్దాం. Will go or let us go, both give same meaning. Will go or actually will go means వెళ్తాము. We will go. వెళ్తాము, తాము. But sometimes we take it as let us go. Let us go. If we take it in that kind of meaning, we use veldam. So will go, it is a kind of like let us go sentence. That's why we can use veldam. It is correct only. To the theater. To the theater means theater ku veldam. Theater ku. Both of you means మీరిద్దరు. Please come here. ఇక్కడికి రండి. So we can use దయచేసి or we can skip also, because anyway we used andi ending to show respect. So మీరిద్దరు ఇక్కడికి రండి. That means both of you please come here. So with this we finished today's practice sentences and corrections. Let us move to the regular class. So in the last session we learned up to this sentence, but we cannot offer you this job. That means కానీ మీకు ఈ ఉద్యోగం ఇవ్వలేము. This I think I already explained. Let us move to the next sentence. But you may not be having enough hemoglobin in your blood. Actually this sentence looks little odd, but this sentence I have taken from my doctor and patient conversation video. So that in that video in few years ago I explained. So though I collected some of the sentence from that conversations, that's why you may see some irrelevant content, but anyway it helps us to learn something. Let me explain. But means kani. You may not be having. You may not be having. So this phrase gives a meaning like this. మీ దగ్గర ఉండక. Okay, let me write. You may not be having. మీకు ఉండకపోవచ్చు. ఉండకపోవచ్చు. So let me explain with some more phrases using this structure. You may have. You may have means మీకు ఉండవచ్చు. You may not have means మీకు ఉండకపోవచ్చు. This is the difference, positive and negative. Okay. For example, you may have enough money means మీ దగ్గర తగినంత. Enough means తగినంత డబ్బులు ఉండవచ్చు. You may have enough money. మీ దగ్గర తగినంత డబ్బులు ఉండవచ్చు. You may not have enough money. That means మీ దగ్గర తగినంత డబ్బులు ఉండకపోవచ్చు. Here enough means taginanta. So let's go back to the current sentence. You may not be having. It also means almost same meaning like this. You may not have. Okay, so మీకు ఉండకపోవచ్చు. Since we are talking about blood, we can, okay, మీకు రక్తంలో, okay, we can add this one also. మీకు రక్తంలో. మీకు రక్తంలో ఉండకపోవచ్చు. Then in your blood means this is రక్తంలో. Blood means రక్తం, in means లో. రక్తంలో means in blood. So here we are telling your means we can say instead of మీకు we can also say మీ రక్తంలో. In your blood means మీ రక్తంలో. So better I will remove this one, so it will be like previous one. In your blood means మీ రక్తంలో. Okay, let us go to the next phrase. But I don't want. That means కానీ నాకు వద్దు. For example, somebody is offering more food or something. You can say కానీ నాకు వద్దండి. కానీ నాకు వద్దండి. You are giving but I don't want. కానీ నాకు వద్దండి. Like that you can say. The next phrase is but I don't know. But so whenever we start with but, so you can start with kani, then just leave some 30 minutes, just 10 seconds gap like that. Kani naku teliyadu. If you say continuously also not your problem. Kani naku teliyadu. That means but I don't know. Sometimes we also say but one thing. That means here we can say అయితే ఒక విషయం or కానీ ఒక విషయం. Both are correct. Butter means వెన్న. Butterfly means సీతాకోక చిలుక. Buttermilk means మజ్జిగ or చల్ల. Button means గుండి. Buy means కొను. This is imperative. Buy it means కొనండి or please buy it means కొనండి. Buy that means అది కొను. Buy it means ఇది కొనండి or ఇది కొనండి. Just you can skip also the word ఇది, but buy that means అది కొను. Buy this means ఇది కొను. Buy or purchase, both words give same meaning, that is konu. This is verb as well as imperative form. Buyer means konuvadu. Or this is vadu word indicates a masculine gender, singular. But if you want to say plural, you can say konevaru or konuvaru. Buyers means konevaru. I will write here. కొనేవారు. Buying means kontu. This is verb in ing form. Buzz means jamkaram cheyu. Jamkaram cheyu. The word buy has many meanings, like it's a preposition, it has many meanings. Let me read all the meanings, but you will learn the usage in sentences only. Cheta, Deggara, Gunda, Dwara, Valana, Vadda, Choppuna, Pakkana, Chelo. It really confuse. I think you may get confusion if you see these many words, but depending on the situation, we use these different words. So while learning sentences, you can understand the difference. There are some words like buy, get, have. These words, as an individual word, we can see one meaning, but in a sentence looks differently. Those sentences you will learn with practice only. By all means anni vidhala. Anni vidhala. It is same. By all the means it is same. Anni vidhaluga. By all the means she is correct. Anni vidhaluga ఆమె సరైనది. అన్ని విధాలుగా ఆమె సరైనది. That means she is correct means ఆమె సరైనది. Or sometimes if she is telling something, if you are agreeing with that, you can also say she is correct. Then the meaning will be little different. ఆమె సరిగ్గా చెప్తుంది. She is correct. If you are taking a meaning like whatever she is telling, it is correct, in those context you can say ఆమె సరిగ్గా చెబుతుంది. If it is present continuous tense. If it is past tense, ఆమె సరిగ్గా చెప్పింది. That means she is correct. By brother means అన్నగారి చేత or తమ్ముడి చేత. By doing hard work. Here itself you can learn two usages of by. The first one is by brother means అన్నగారి చేత. By doing hard work means కష్టపడి పని చేయడం ద్వారా. By father means నాన్నగారి చేత. By God's grace means దేవుని దయ వల్ల. This is a whole phrase. We cannot translate word to word. So by God's grace means దేవుని దయ వల్ల. So if you want to translate, you can understand the meaning like this. By means valla. God means devudu. Let me write the meanings for each word. By means valla. God means devudu. But when we use apostrophe, so we can change devudu to devudi. God's means devudi. Grace means daya. By her means ఆమె చేత. By him means అతడి చేత. By me means నా చేత. For example, sometimes we use these words in passive voice. For example, a book written by me. That means నా చేత ఒక పుస్తకం వ్రాయబడినది. Written means written by me means నా చేత వ్రాయబడినది. By means of. Later when we learn the sentence, like sentence series with active voice and passive voice, you will learn better. I'm just giving only some example now using the by word. By means of means lo, gunda, dwara, meeduga. It has also several meanings. by mistake. By mistake, this is a whole phrase meaning. You need to remember as a phrase meaning only. By mistake means పొరపాటున. పొరపాటున. For example, by mistake I have dialed the number. పొరపాటున నెంబర్ డయల్ చేశాను. ఓకే. బై మిస్టేక్ ఐ ప్రెస్డ్ కాలింగ్ బెల్. పొరపాటున నేను కాలింగ్ బెల్ నొక్కాను. ప్రెస్డ్ మీన్స్ నొక్కాను. బై నేచర్ మీన్స్ స్వభావ సిద్ధంగా. స్వభావ సిద్ధంగా. బై నేచర్. బై నౌ దే షుడ్ ఆల్రెడీ బీ ఇన్ చెన్నై. సో బై నౌ మీన్స్ ఈ సమయానికి. లెట్ మీ రైట్ ద మీనింగ్స్ ఫర్ ఈచ్ వర్డ్ or phrase. By now means ఈ సమయానికి. They should already be. They should already be means వారు ఉండి ఉంటారు. They should already be. వారు ఉండి ఉంటారు. So here if you look at the meaning of already means it has 2-3 meanings, but in this context we can use this meaning. ఇప్పటికే. ఇప్పటికే. So here if you look at this phrase by now means ఈ సమయానికి. okay, ఈ సమయానికి it's there. Then they should already be. వారు ఉండి ఉంటారు. So I did not use the meaning of always again because it is something like repetition. In English I think it looks okay, but ఈ సమయానికి ఇప్పటికే both gives almost same meaning. ఈ సమయానికి or ఇప్పటికే. So to avoid like repetition, I did not add the word ఇప్పటికే in the translation. So ఈ సమయానికి వారు చెన్నైలో ఉండి ఉంటారు. So whenever you want to say something like by this time or by now, they should already be, that means వారు ఉండి ఉంటారు. He should already be means అతడు ఉండి ఉంటాడు. In those contexts you can use this structure. Later you can make some more sentences. We will see corrections. By right means hakkuga. By September 21st he will have been living here for 4 years. Okay, let me explain the meaning for each word or phrase. By September 21st means September 21st నాటికి. So as I mentioned before, the word by gives different meanings depending on the context. So in this context the word by gives a meaning like నాటికి. So you need to remember a phrase like this: by Sunday. Okay, ఆదివారం నాటికి. By, but నాటికి word indicates a day only. So when we say month or year, specifically for example 2020, it may not suit, but when you specify a date you can use like this: by September, for example, by Sunday, ఆదివారం నాటికి. So when we specify a day, you can use the meaning like నాటికి for this by word. So while practicing you add some days here, for example by Sunday or by October 5th. Then write like this: mention the date, then you write నాటికి. Let us see the remaining phrase. By September 21st means September 21st నాటికి He will have been living here. He will have been living means అతడు నివసిస్తూ ఉంటాడు. He will have been living means అతడు నివసిస్తూ ఉంటాడు. But in this sentence we'll make little modification. September 21st నాటికి అతడు 4 ఏళ్లుగా ఇక్కడ నివసిస్తూ ఉన్నట్లు అవుతుంది. So అవుతుంది, it is kind of like it will be like we have used will have been. Will have been means this phrase indicates like avutundi. It may not be clear for you because this is more advanced sentence. If you understand, it's okay. Otherwise, try to practice, you will understand. So nivasistunnatlu avutundi, that means he will have been living. So for 4 years, for 4 years means 4 సంవత్సరాలుగా, నాలుగేళ్లుగా, or 4 సంవత్సరాలుగా, both are correct. Let me write here. For 4 years, 4, the actual translation is 4 సంవత్సరాలుగా, 4 సంవత్సరాలుగా. But in spoken Telugu we also say 4 ఏళ్లుగా, 4. Actually it is ఏండ్లు, 4 ఏండ్లుగా, but we can mix like this, 4 ఏళ్లుగా, 4 ఏండ్లుగా, 4 ఏండ్లుగా. So it can be spoken as 4 ఏళ్లుగా. These are the variations in spoken Telugu. 4 ఏళ్లుగా. So we used this word 4 ఏళ్లుగా, 4 ఏళ్లుగా. ఇక్కడ means here, we have here నివసిస్తున్నట్లు అవుతుంది. Only this part, with this part you may get confusion, but it gives that kind of meaning, నివసిస్తున్నట్లు అవుతుంది. By that means దాని వల్ల, by the time he came I was writing. Okay, by the time. So here I will tell you a phrase, so later you can practice in this structure. By the time he came, అతడు వచ్చేసరికి. So he came, అతడు వచ్చాడు. So whenever you see a phrase like this, by the time he came, he plus verb, you need to put in this structure. I will give you a few more phrases. He ate. Okay, అతడు తిన్నాడు. By the time he ate means అతడు తినేసరికి. I will give you one more example, then I will ask you to try. He wrote. అతడు వ్రాసాడు. By the time he wrote, అతడు వ్రాసేసరికి. Can somebody translate this one? By the time he went. You can put in the same structure as I mentioned before.
అతడు వెళ్ళేసరికి.
అవునండి, సరిగ్గా చెప్పారు. అతడు వెళ్ళేసరికి. You may come across these type of phrases in your real life. So whenever you have something like this, you put in this structure. By the time he or she, any subject plus verb in past tense, then it becomes like atadu verb then sariki, like that it gives meaning. So let us see the remaining sentence. He came. By the time he came means atadu vachesariki I was writing. I was writing means it is almost నేను వ్రాస్తూ ఉంటిని. As I explained before, నేను వ్రాస్తూ ఉంటిని, but we can also use the meaning like present continuous tense. So it is నేను వ్రాస్తూ ఉన్నాను. అతడు వచ్చేసరికి నేను వ్రాస్తూ ఉన్నాను. That means by the time he came I was writing. So try to find similar sentences and practice, so you will get more vocabulary skills with this. By the time you come back I will be gone. Okay, నువ్వు తిరిగి వచ్చే వరకు, వచ్చేసరికి. So if you look at the meaning of come back, come means వచ్చు, come back means తిరిగి వచ్చు. So by the time you come back means నువ్వు తిరిగి వచ్చేసరికి. నేను వెళ్ళిపోయి ఉంటాను, I will be gone to the market, or any location you can add. I will be gone. Okay, let me write here. మార్కెట్ కు వెళ్ళిపోయి. This one go means వెళ్ళు or పోవు, but when we write this one it is something like compound verb. So to emphasize the meaning we can use two verbs together, వెళ్ళిపోయి ఉంటాను. We have a separate lesson on compound verbs, we will discuss that one later. So but for this phrase you can say I will be gone to the market. That means నేను మార్కెట్ కు వెళ్ళిపోయి ఉంటాను. We will continue this topic tomorrow. మనం రేపు కలుద్దామండి.
ధన్యవాదములు అండి.
ధన్యవాదములండి.